So, what will happen to Modi government after the Pegasus snooping charges on Modi, which was sensationalized by many international and Indian media on 18th July 2021, that too at late evening? Why on 18th July and late evening? It is because the next day, that is on 19th July, Indian Parliament session was to commence, so that the Modi government will have no time to retract but to land in the parliament directly to face the opposition, which was tipped off well in advance. So cunning, is not it? Will this revelation will spoil the Modi's reputation? No, not at all. Watch this video till end. I have explained in detail everything. So now let us see what's the allegation. The allegation is that the Modi government bought an Israeli company's spyware by the name Pegasus and snooped on Indian opposition party leaders, journalists, judges, etc. with the help of this spyware by infecting the victims' mobile phones. How it happens, let us see. On 18th July 2021, some Western media published a report accusing an Israeli company, NSO Group, which created a spyware Pegasus and sold it to several governments to help them snoop on their respective opposition leaders. At the same time, around with the gap of within just an half an hour, The Wire picked up the story and published it around 9:30 p.m. on 18th July 2021 itself. Wow, see the network. First it was Washington Post, next Guardian, next our Indian The Wire published the story in quick succession, immediately within a gap of half an hour to 1 hour. What is this spyware is all about? That is Pegasus, and how powerful is it, and what is the cost? Mind-boggling. These spywares are not available for a few thousand rupees, but anywhere between 4 to 5 crores per annum under a license agreement. Not a one-time payment outright, but purchase. You have to make an agreement under a license agreement. Yes, you heard right. That is nearly 4 to 5 crores. Pegasus is spyware developed by the Israeli cyber arms firm NSO Group that can be covertly installed on mobile phones and other devices running most versions of ISO and Android. If this spyware infects a mobile phone, both iPhone and Android, then it will start tracking the user's data in the phone. What is the license fee cost for Pegasus to own? Do you know all about? It is nearly 7 to 8 million US dollars per annum. And then again, there is a limitation on the number of devices to spy on, etc. It all depends upon the license value. The company can make a license agreement only with the governments of states, law enforcing agencies, intelligence wings of any government, not to any individual or individual group of individuals. Only Mexico and Panama governments are open clients to NSO Group, which bought the Pegasus and is being used by them. Another important technicality you should make note of it is Pegasus spyware is not like a software to be downloaded from the seller's website or the like. Yes, it requires a pre-installation at the customer's site. Once the 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 million dollars license agreement is through, then the NSO Group's employees will visit the customer's site and install the entire facility. The entire setup requires web servers, communication module, cellular communication module, permission modules, data storage, servers security, systems hardware installation, operator consoles, and then the Pegasus app over it. The report was published by The Wire and 16 other international publications, including Washington Post, The Guardian, and Le Monde, who are media partners to an investigation conducted by a Paris-based media non-profit organization, Forbidden Stories, and writes group Amnesty International into a leaked list of more than 50,000 phone numbers from across the world that are believed to have been the target of surveillance through Pegasus software. In India, the report says over 300 verified phone numbers, including those of 2 serving ministers, over 40 journalists, 3 opposition leaders, and 1 sitting judge, besides scores of business persons and activists in India, could have been targeted for hacking through Pegasus, the Global Media Consortium has reported. So, first it was a Paris-based media non-profit organization, Forbidden Stories, along with Amnesty International, jointly released this report. Basing on this data report, 16 international publications, including the Le Monde, Washington Post, The Guardian, and Indian portal The Wire, has published the details. Followed by these reports, another news entrant in the leftist coterie, the News Minute, has published the details of the reportage on 19th July 2021, 2 days after the original report. But what one wonders, if the Pegasus spyware itself is considered to be very powerful spy software, it is wondered how these others like Forbidden Stories and Amnesty International can able to breach the computers of NSO Group, how they could lay their hands on such enormous worldwide data in one place and could retrieve the entire data. Now let us focus on our leftist friend Wikipedia. So what our Wikipedia says about this? Are you wondering that how Wikipedia so quickly picked up the story? Yes, they did. Some surprising facts about the Wikipedia update on the Sunday Guardian and the Wire report on Pegasus spyware is, it was not a separate fresh entry in Wikipedia that was made, but instead a line in the already existing article in Wikipedia has been inserted. That too, this single line was inserted within 24 hours and the caption reads as "Scandalous India." Oh, so there is no conclusive proof that Modi government snooped on opponents with Pegasus spyware. The report itself contains an observation that is like as good as a disclaimer that it reads as follows. Please listen. The source of the leak and how it was authenticated were not disclosed. While a phone number's presence in the data does not mean an attempt was made to hack a device, the consortium said it believed the data indicated potential targets of NSO's government clients. So, by their own admission, it was claimed that there is no proof that all the phone's numbers listed in the leak were in fact infected with the spyware Pegasus. It is all a damn squib now. The report was clearly drafted basing on the technicality of the Pegasus spyware and the usual Narendra Modi and nation's enemies. So the previous Rajiv Gandhi and Manmohan Singh governments too spied on its opposition and some of their own members too. In fact, Rajiv Gandhi and Manmohan Singh's spying on opponents were all notorious. What is the difference between Congress spying and BJP government spying on its opponents? There is a fundamental difference. Congress might be spying on its opponents to save power and destroy the opposition. It was all purely political and selfish survival. When it comes to BJP spying on opponents, the opponents are all anti-national elements like urban Naxals, pro-Pakistani and pro-Naxal journos and JNU type. Because Rahul Gandhi is not a worth threat to Modi so as to spy on Rahul Gandhi and wasting resources. In fact, the report including his name only enhances his image slightly to falsely demonstrate as if he is the potential threat to Modi in 2024 polls. A fake sensational news finally will fade away.